Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Imam Ghazali and his 3 levels of fasting. In his famous work, the Ihya Ulumuddin, Imam Ghazali, the great theologian, great mystic, the great thinker of Islam, Hujjatul Islam. So he mentions there are 3 levels of fasting. The first one is the ordinary level of fasting, and that's the one that we're used to. That's the one where we stay away from food and drink and fulfilling our sexual desires during the day. And that's a fast that most people do and undertake. And of course, there is reward in that type of fasting. But Imam Ghazali, being the one who wants us to strive for excellence, says, well, there's a second level of fasting, an extraordinary level of fasting. And this is where you take it a level higher. And this is not where you're simply staying away from food and drink and sexual desires, but you're also in control of what information comes in by means of your senses. So, for example, you're guarding what you look at, the gaze, for example, or you're careful about what you listen to through your ears, impermissible types of music, backbiting, slander, things that don't really concern you, nor should it concern you, especially in this month of Ramadan, when you should really be focused on Allah. Or guarding the tongue, not speaking about things that you don't need to speak about, being careful about what you're saying, having a sort of interest in making sure that you're not wasting your time. So Imam Ghazali really wants us to be careful in this month, because this is the extraordinary level of fasting. If I may add, this is a form of real introspection. So a person's really watching himself really, really carefully in terms of who she might be talking to, the sort of conversations they might be having, the sort of things that they might listen to, and really being focused and saying, well, all I'm really going to be focused on this month is fasting. And I'm going to be really guarded about what I'm listening to, what I'm looking at, so forth and so on. And then he says there is the 3rd level of fasting, a really high level of fasting for Imam Ghazali, the perfect form of fasting. And this is really where a person dedicates themselves only to their Creator. Nothing else really concerns them. They're in a sort of khalwa, this alone being with Allah, being completely dedicated to Allah and nothing else but Allah. There's no need to go on social media, no need to talk to people unless they absolutely need to, and completely engrossed and absorbed in the remembrance of Allah, either through the recitation of the Quran, either through zikr and azkar, the awrad, and really being still, if you like, with Allah, and not really being focused or distracted by anything else. This is a really, really heightened level of spiritual awareness that a person can acquire. So what I suggest we do as a practical level, I'm sure we're all fasting in this month, staying away from food, drink, and so forth. And we're also trying to guard what we say and what we listen to and what we look at. But I want us to aspire in this month, in these last few weeks of Ramadan, to really connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One thing that you can do, because in many places, at least in the Western world, Fajr is at a decent time, 5:30 in the morning, is wake up a little bit early and spend some time with Allah. Just sit on a prayer mat, lift your hands and pray to Allah. If you're struggling to do that, maybe before you go to bed, after the Isha prayer and the Taraweeh prayer, lift your hands and really spend time turning to Allah and seeking His forgiveness in this blessed month, so that when you come out of this month of Ramadan, inshaAllah ta'ala, you'll not be just doing the basics of Islam, but actually looking to excel and, what I would say, acquire ihsanic virtues, these virtues of excellence. I hope Allah can bless us all in this month, inshaAllah ta'ala. I'd love to hear what you've been experiencing in month Ramadan. Let me know. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The success of our channel is all down to our viewers, people like yourselves. So make sure you like, subscribe, share the content that we produce. And if you really want to support us, you can do financially. The link is provided here, and we'd love for you to be on this journey with us of spreading the sacred knowledge and guiding people to the truth of Islam.